global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
People, welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we are so excited to have you again. There's a big question going around, and that question is directed at Buhari and the federal government. It is, why is Nnamdi Kanu still in prison, even when he has gotten a visible victory in the appeal court? That question has called for reactions from top Nigerian politicians and also key political groups. You're going to hear the perspective of one of Nigeria's key politicians talking about Edwin Clark and also another formidable group in the southeast. Now, according to the news, leader of the Niger Delta Forum, Edwin Clark, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to obey the ruling of the appeal court and release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. It can be recalled that the appeal court had discharged and acquitted the IPOB leader of all terrorism charges leveled against him by the federal government. But the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, insisted that Kanu was only discharged but not acquitted. The National Security Council also backed Malami's stand, debunking Kanu's complete acquittal. The development has kept the secessionist in the custody of the Department of State Services (DSS) despite the judgment. In a statement on Monday, Clark and Elderstateman recall how President Muhammadu Buhari vowed during several meetings with Southeast stakeholders that he would have obeyed the decision of the court regarding the IPOB leader. According to him, he said, now that the Court of Appeal has given its judgment on the matter, I am imploring the President to obey the judgment of the court and release the young man and allow peace to reign. At this time, when insecurity is the order of the day, anything that would enhance the peace and stability of the country must be embraced. Clark further tackled Malami over his stance, saying, Malami has abandoned part of his job and was now involved in what he described as executive rascality. According to him, he said, I have sadly observed that the Attorney General has no doubt abandoned part of his job and is now involved in executive rascality to the chagrins and dismay of patriotic Nigerians at home and abroad. In a related development, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, which is the Igbo sociocultural group, has told President Muhammadu Buhari to honor his stand on the release of Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader. It has been reported that Buhari had consistently said that Kanu's fate will be decided by the judiciary, responding to appeal by traditional religious and political leaders in the region for the release of the detained leader of the outlaw indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. The president had said that he had listened carefully to the various appeals from the elders to the traditional leaders regarding a wide range of options, and as I have said previously, this matter remains in the full purview of the court, where it will be properly adjudicated. However, just last week, IPOB leader was acquitted by the Court of Appeal, but the euphoria that greeted the court order is gradually dying down, with the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, declaring that Kanu will not be released anytime soon. Speaking on the development, the national president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Youth Council Worldwide, Mazoku Nnabuike, and said President Muhammadu Buhari should show leadership by respecting his word. In a statement made available on Tuesday, Oku said it is a source of worry that the Buhari-led presidency is foot dragging in obeying the appeal court order on Nnamdi Kanu. Recall that Igbo leaders, including the international community, had at several times asked the president to obey the political solution to Kanu's case, but he said the court would decide on that. Now that the court has ruled in Kanu's favor, the supposed chief law officer of the Federation, Abubakar Malawi, is busy deceiving the government. We ask Mr. President to show leadership. He should respect the rule of law for the federal government of Nigeria to disobey valid orders of court is sending the wrong signals to the citizen and international community. The president should, without hesitation, order the DSS to comply with that order and free Nnamdi Kanu in order to ensure total peace and security in the southeast and the south. This is really serious. I'm telling you, this issue is one that has generated so much controversy. I'm still wondering why the federal government have not obeyed the court ruling. We all know this thing is not new. There was this statement made by President Muhammadu Buhari that he will honor whatever that comes up from the court. But here we are, being faced with the victory of Nnamdi Kanu, but still they are playing games here and there. Nobody is ready to really create a scenario that will favor him as at now, and it begins to give so much question. My colleague is here in the house. What do you think about government action towards the release of Nnamdi Kanu?
I guess they were really not expecting the ruling to go in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. That's one. And if you ask me personally, it would have gone a long way, really, to obey the court injunction. Just like Ifeanyi Ejiofor has said, obey first, then eventually, if you want to go to the appellant, to Supreme Court, you can now go, but release Nnamdi Kanu. I think that one of the fears is the fact that if they release Nnamdi Kanu, the first thing he will do is to leave the country immediately. There's no storytelling anywhere. And they don't want a situation where they will release him and before they will say, let us go back to Supreme Court. They say, yes, already, Bobo has jackpot. You understand? So you see them foot dragging, but it doesn't speak well for Nigeria. Just like Ifeanyi Ejiofor said in some of our previous video, you will notice that Ifeanyi Ejiofor said that they're going to bring everything in their arsenal, including involving international bodies, to sanction Nigeria if need be, because Nigeria is actually member state in most of these United Nations agreement stuff, and if they don't honor it, it's not going to speak well for Nigeria. Don't also forget that the person of President Muhammadu Buhari and Malami them will be leaving by March next year. So whatever it is, if they are sanctioning anybody, it will be the next government that will receive the sanction full scale. They're already on their 11th hour, really.
I also think that they are already scared of what will happen when Nnamdi Kanu leaves the DSS detention, and he doesn't want to see that happen in his own time. Whatever that this guy is going to do, let it not happen in my own time. Let it happen in another person's time. And with that in mind, I may say that the possibility of releasing him
it's very slim.
Slim, considering the fact that, man, I don't want to have a taste of what this guy have been given to us before. Whatever, let's hold him down. If we can drag this case up to February so that we know we release him before he starts screaming and beginning to kickstart agitation and all of that, we know we are out of the seat. So however the other government will handle it, well, good luck to them. And I think with all of that in their mind, the release of Nnamdi Kanu will be difficult. But however, I feel that with the ex-party of his legal luminary, very, very soon, something is going to happen which will show the supremacy of judiciary. We know the judiciary does not have, a sword to carry out their judgment. But however, they have the power to show independency towards the government by sanctioning the government at one point or the other. That's what we'd like to leave you. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. Thank you very much.